Hey mom, it's week 3 in Đà Nẵng. Can't believe it's already been 3 weeks. So this week I didn't really go far. Mostly focused on trying to find some semblance of routine and rhythm to life. Sounds pretty simple, but sometimes simplicity is where you learn the most. In my quiet apartment, I heard the rhythm around me. Scooters, laughter, clinking bowls. Then an old invitation, a family ceremony, a birthday dinner, a night out, and a beer-soaked lunch. Each one teaching me how Vietnam keeps time and how I might find my place in it. Mornings here have their own beat. Whether it's the humming of the motorcycles to the early morning vendors selling coffee, noodles, or bánh baos, through to the wind gust across my balcony. It's not rushed, not loud, but a good reminder that I'm truly living. I know it sounds pretty silly, but something that really helps me feel that I was a little bit more settled in was when I was able to buy wine glasses, red and white wine glasses, and just kind of imagining a future where I can have friends over and have family over with a nice bottle of wine and to share stories and to find laughter and joy in those moments. So probably the first time that I'm feeling that there's some semblance of settling in and finding a good rhythm and routine. Just when I was getting used to that slower rhythm, it was time for my uncle's invitation from last week. The lễ Thỉnh is a pre-wedding visit. The groom side brings 2 envelopes, one for the dress and one for the ceremony. Cahong asked Ma and me to represent our family. In Vietnam, a week's notice is enough. Time here moves softer, more flexible. Everyone here calls me anh, Paul, something that's a bit foreign to me as we don't really use that in, at least my family, in the US. Feels a little bit strange and getting some used to, but to stand in for my cousin at his ceremony or informal ceremony was not only an honor but a privilege, and it shows the true meaning of what Anh symbolizes here for the family and to me. Yeah, what I noticed in terms of planning and notification period for events and just invitations is very different. Here in Vietnam, upwards of a week, maybe 2 weeks is sufficient. Whereas like in the US, if there's something big, you need to plan way in advance and give proper notice. But I think a major difference is just geography. Whereas like here, neighbors and family and friends live quite near each other. And so there isn't a requirement to plan so far in advance in terms of travel and so forth. Whereas like in the U.S., we live far from each other, and everyone has like very hectic and busy schedules. So the advance notice is always more a sign of respect that we give one another in the U.S. And not to say that that doesn't exist here. It's just different in terms of the operating rhythm of family and friends here. This week was also my little nephew's birthday, and we had another family death anniversary celebration. So it just seems like there's an abundance of reasons to gather around food and to celebrate not just life, but each other. And I think that that's a really special thing, and special practice and tradition as part of the culture. After all the formalities from the week came a very different night. Friends from the US, seafood, beer, soju, and laughter until 3 a.m. Speaking English again felt easy, like breathing. But sometimes my first thought did arrive in Vietnamese. The next day was another death anniversary lunch. My head still pounding from the night before. Everyone said, "More beer, you'll feel better." 5 beers later, I just wanted to sleep. Saturday night, I got to stand on my balcony to view the Dragon Bridge do its thing on a weekly basis, or actually on weekends. It does a special fire and water show. So while my view wasn't that of the spectacular postcard angles, but it was uniquely mine. And that was really cool. When I first arrived to Đà Nẵng, I thought I was here to learn Vietnamese. Now I realize I'm learning to slow down, to live closer to the people here. If this week was the first beat, I hope next ones will form a fuller song. And what about you? What tempo is your life playing at this week? If you're also finding your rhythm, follow along. Let's listen together next week. This has been Paul. When I speak, every word brings us closer.